welcome to Vegfest Expos 5 Live Sunday edition, because we need to fit some of these in before, not Atlanta Vegfest, the formerly known Atlanta Vegfest is now Georgia Vegfest, which is on August 25th, which is next Sunday, which is a week from today, which means at 1 o'clock next week, I'll be running around the Atlanta Expo North Exhibition Hall, making sure that everything's okay and making sure all of you are happy. And hopefully you'll all be there with us, because it's going to be an amazing festival with so much to do over the course of the day. Did you hear that we have a 10-minute escape room? You can do a 10-minute escape room. That's included with your admission. And all we ask is that you tip them. That's it. And you have 360 photo booth, free face painting, a dance class, watching dancing. At 10 a.m. you can show up and you can do a meditation breathwork class. What a great way to start your day, especially for our vendors. They might want to get in there at 10 a.m. and do that for about 30 minutes and then start, because how to center yourself would be amazing for a very busy day that's going to be upcoming in a week. Now, thank you to Full Circle Farm Sanctuary for sponsoring our lives for the month of August. And of course, we want you to ask questions or comments. We'll answer them. We have Judy Hahn here from Hahn Holistic Health, and Raymond. We'll get it right when she comes on. And then it's pronounced really nicely. And then please subscribe, follow, like, share, do whatever you have to do for us, our sponsors, our vendors. Show up at the events. We need you. Everyone needs you, because they won't be there next year. We won't be here next year if we don't have your support. And that's what this is all about. It's supporting our small businesses and our larger businesses, all our businesses, all our sponsors, nonprofits, whoever. We need you. So please. And let's let's talk. Here we go. Hey, Judy, how are you?
I'm great. Thanks so much, Helene, for having me on. I appreciate it. I am going on Riemann and not on Holistic Health. That was, in fact, my functional wellness coaching business, which I have since put to the side, and I am doing Riemann full time.
Okay, that's awesome. So, I want you to talk about everything. So the first question is your business name and what you do, which we're going to and you're one of our educational speakers. You're part of our panel next weekend. So just go. Tell me everything.
Okay. The company's name is Riemann. We are the #1 Korean skincare line. And we came to North America at the beginning of this year, and it is going like wildfire. We are a company that goes by the EU standards. That's the European Union standards. We don't use 3,000 of the ingredients that unfortunately those in the United States do use and can be harmful to the body. And it helps with everything from, personally, the wrinkles that I had. I am 72 and my skin is completely different today because it really repairs the skin, which is something very different than other companies, because they are usually very surface and they may feel good for a little while, but this actually goes in the layers of the skin and helps repair acne, rosacea, fine lines, wrinkles, etc. I will have all of our products. People will be able to actually do our amazing dual cleansing system and then try the rest of the expert ritual that we have, which is what allowed me in a month to see such a huge difference in my quality of skin and losing the lines and wrinkles.
I saw pictures.
She did.
I can contest that I cursed, because it was absolutely amazing to see the before and after pictures.
And we will have a lot of those at the booth, so you can come and see them for yourself. And you'll see that those of us, the ones that are at the booth, including my husband, are all using the products twice a day. They're amazing.
Oh, that's so cool. So I know you have off to your side something that you can show us for our show and tell. So let's take a look at that. The products.
Oh, the products. We have a dual skin cleansing, which I was almost a bar of soap girl. There's an oil cleanser, which I never would have thought of, and a snow enzyme cleanser, which it just puts a smile on my face every day when I use it, because you put it on your dry face and you rub it in. It's luxurious. And all of a sudden you look like you have shaving cream all over your face. I get a good laugh from it and my skin feels great. We have an exfoliator that we use a couple times a week. The big secret is our booster serum and then booster again, because that is the hydration. I don't know if you know, but I did not know a lot about Korean skincare. And what I learned was that the Koreans actually teach their kids to do processes to keep their skin looking this way starting at a very young age, which is why you see the pictures and they're all knockouts and their skin is all perfect. But I've also seen pictures of people before they used the products in Korea, and the acne, it removes the well, I won't go into the technical, but it really helps repair the skin. Whether you're young, whether you're old and you have adult acne, it doesn't matter. Who doesn't want to feel better and look better? I know I've always had a fair amount of confidence, but now when I tell somebody I'm 72 years old and they look at me, they want to see my driver's license. I'm like, you think I'm stupid enough to tell you I'm 72 if I'm not? But here it is. So there are a few other products. We also have body lotion that is the most amazing. I never used body lotion before. And my husband said something interesting to me the other day. He puts it on my back for me because my back itches. And he said, I noticed since we've been using this, like I put it on and instead of having to rub, it goes into your skin. And that is part of the beauty of it. It truly gets absorbed into the body in a way that other products just kind of sit on top. We have we have many patented things in our products, but one of the important things is called Beyond Pool. It's tiger grass. And that's where the tigers, when they get wounded, they look for this grass, they roll around in it, and it heals their wounds. Now, the gentleman who created this then also got a contract for, it's called Lava Energy Water. There are only 5 contracts in the world. And when this is water that's naturally filtered through lava underneath the sea, and it has been for 400,000 years. And so it is rich with vitamins and minerals that we don't normally get. So this plant that was about the size of a quarter when he encountered it, he started to use the lava water, and it is now patented because he created giant Beyond Pool. It's the size of a hand, the palm of your hand. And so that, along with some of the other things that are used, are what allows these products to penetrate the skin and to give us such great results. Even with one try of it, you can see some difference in brightening and the quality of texture.
I mean, that's amazing. And I want people to understand that you didn't look for a business.
Oh no, I wasn't
you weren't looking for a business. You found a product, tried it, and went, oh, everyone has to try this.
Yeah. I have so just say I had my share of wrinkles. You wouldn't have questioned so much that I was 72. And my friend was telling me about the products I had tried. Well, I was a bar soap girl until I was about 30. And then I got healthy, and I became a functional wellness coach as well. So I'm very, very in tune to anything that was holistic and would not be harmful to our bodies as we use them, because the skin is our largest organ. What people do not understand is when you go to Walmart or Ulta or wherever it is you buy your products, if they do not take care in what is added to them, when you put them on your largest organ, which is your skin, they actually go straight into your bloodstream. When you eat, you have a filtering system. so that some of the toxic chemicals that we don't want to eat, but we end up eating, get filtered out through the organs in our body. Whereas the skincare is different. It goes on, goes into the bloodstream. There's no filtering system. And so I told my friend I would give them a try, like I had many other products in the skincare industry. Excuse me. I would try them for 2 weeks to a month religiously for twice a day, all the products. Because the other thing was, not a system girl. Give me one thing to do. You know what? Until I saw my own pictures before and after. I mean, I knew what before looked like. I knew that way too well. But until I saw them next to each other, I did not realize the amazing things that this skincare had done for me and how my wrinkles were really basically going away. And this morning, it's interesting. I was putting on eyeshadow, and one of the things whoever's around my age probably notices, you have this crepey skin on your eyelids. And so putting on eyeliner or eyeshadow, it becomes hard to do because you got all these little lines and crepey things. This morning, I wish I had taken better pictures of my eyelids, although I can see them in these pictures. I put on I looked at I don't have the crepey skin on my eyelids at all anymore. And what have I been using it? I started May 17th, according to my before and after pictures. And now we're in August. So I can't imagine. I mean, next year I'm going to do the Benjamin Button thing. I'm going to be going I'll be 35 next year.
That's fantastic. Yeah, one of the strange things about aging is one, how people aren't always forthcoming as to what happens when you're aging. Trying to change that, especially like with menopause and the way women's bodies change and hormones change us and how we are, what we feel, what we can and cannot do anymore. Is that, you look in the mirror and you're like, what the
Yeah,
what is that?
Who
What is going on?
Yeah. Well, and I think that the other thing is, and what I found in doing my functional wellness coaching, is that people underestimate the power of hydration. And so people are not drinking enough pure water. They think, oh, I had coffee. Well, I had tea. I had soda. That's not water. That's not true hydration. And one of the things that I believe, these products are focused on hydration. And so that's really a lot of what I noticed. The tone, the color of my skin, it's brighter. It's more pliable, but it's more soft with, somebody asked me one day, so did you gain a lot of weight? And I was like, what are you talking about? She said, well, maybe you gained a lot of weight since you started using them. I said, do you realize those pictures are 1 month pictures? I would have had to been gorging myself to make a difference in a month. No, they are truly from being very dedicated to the fact that I wanted, I'm 72 by age. My spirit, the way I talk to people in the world, the way I relate to everything and anything, I'm 35, 40. But
Right.
my face was starting to look like it was 75, 77, and that was unacceptable. Because don't people judge you on that first look, right?
Sadly.
Unfortunately, but true. And so now I feel like, I've always been accepted by all ages, but I find that even younger people are more open to chat with me because they don't realize that they're talking to somebody who might be their grandmother's age, right?
Yep.
So it's kind of cool.
That's awesome. Well, do you know about our discount card?
You know what? I do not, but remind me, I'm supposed to talk about the panel, so I will do that as well. Go ahead. Tell me about your discount card.
So Vegfest Expos has a discount card. It's $10 for the attendees to purchase. It's a donation to the nonprofit. And we are asking our vendors who want to participate if they give a discount. for those who buy that card. And that discount we've asked is a minimum of 10%. It could be whatever you want. It could be buy one, get one half off. It could be 10%. It could be, I don't care. It could be
Okay.
buy this, get a free sample, valued at obviously at least 10% of value. It doesn't matter to me. I just want the attendees to have the ability, because what do people love? Discounts. What will get
Sure.
them to your booth? The ability to use that card. And it's a brand new concept. I mean, it's like super new, like started in the spring, super new.
Uh-huh.
And I want it to grow. And I think it's I mean, most vendors give discounts anyway, but this one is specific to the discount card.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
I was not aware of that. There will be, I have an idea of something I'd like to do that I
Mhm.
have not done previously. And that is that, and I don't know how it would work with the discount card, but if somebody buys that discount card and shows it at the booth, and they buy something,
Yep.
then I also have the ability to give them $100 gift certificate for a hotel stay. So if they will show me that and buy something, we can make a deal.
Well, that's amazing. That gives the value of that discount card even more value. All
Well,
right.
I was trying to find a way to be able to give back to those who were going to be there, so that even though it might not be something that was associated with the actual product,
Right.
we could give them something that, who doesn't want $100 off a stay in a hotel or a vacation, or there's also a restaurant certificate. There's all sorts of things that I've got going in my head that we're going to implement at our booth.
Oh, that's incredible. So for the people who get the discount card, they'll get that option.
For
Because
sure.
then, other people you'll just have they won't.
Well, we might find a way to make a deal with them. We'll see. But
Exactly.
the
Just not
important
that
thing
deal.
is that they support you and
Us.
the event, because remember, in order to have this event again, and you're going to want to have it again because it's going to be so amazing, all the things that you get to experience, whether it's food or products or services, you're going to want it to be there again next year. And for us to be able to do that, you have to support Vegfest and the discount card. So please make sure that you do that.
You're amazing. Thank you so much for that. All right. So since we did the show and tell, as we said, this is a little longer than a normal 5 Live because you are so many things at this festival. You are also part of our panel. As for what the name of that panel is, it escapes both of us. However,
it's like healthy lifestyles through being vegan.
Something like that. But you're on the panel with Sean and John, and Veland will be hosting it, and Yolanda, Dr. Yolanda, and Robert Cheek.
Mm-hmm.
You'll all be on the panel together. I think that's the whole lineup, right? So you'll all be on the panel together. It's a bunch of you, but Robert Cheek is as an author, as a vegan athlete, and then Sean is SoFlo Vegans, and John is the vegan bodybuilding, at the Vegan Bodybuilder. So and that's just incredible. And then Dr. Yolanda is the person who came in to fill in for Dr. Akil. So she's going to talk about women's heart health. Super important. I mean, considering women are more prone to heart attacks than men are, but that's, all the medical stuff that's done is prone towards men.
Oh, absolutely.
And men getting heart attacks and how it affects male bodies as opposed to how it affects female bodies. Super frustrating, but to have someone come and speak on that.
Her information will be very important because I've been, as a functional wellness coach, I have been, and I'm not actively doing that anymore, but it's who I am. So I'm always talking to women about what the symptoms would be if they were to have a heart attack, because they are not the symptoms that a man has. And so it would be great for her to come and listen. It is super important for you to know, because what we are trained to know, those are men's symptoms. We want to be aware and be available. Whether it's you or somebody you see on the street, you need to be aware of what those are.
Oh, yes. I used to go into the classroom and talk about this with ethical choices. And one of the things that I brought up is how there was a man who was in bed with his wife, a husband who was in bed with his wife, and she was complaining about feeling nauseous and just not, didn't feel right. Just like,
Mhm.
and he was like, let's go to the hospital. And she was like, no, it's just a stomach virus. And he was like, no, let's go to the hospital. And
Think good.
she was having a widowmaker, and she
Yep.
wouldn't have made it through the night.
Yep.
And that's something that it's not just for women to understand. It's her husband who saved
Right.
her life that day.
Yep.
Not, because she was being what most of us would be.
Oh,
No,
no.
it'll be fine. It's
Take
just
care of
stomach
everybody else.
virus. Yeah. It had the same symptoms as the stomach virus, just kind of worse. And he was astute enough to say, let's go do that. So that's when I went into the classroom and talking to the teenagers, I was like, boys, you need to be aware enough to say, no, we need to go.
Right.
And to convince your person to go. Because a lot of people would not.
Mm-hmm.
And to not wake up the next day. The widowmakers are like, that's why it's called a widowmaker. It's
Yeah.
silent. It's a weird, and that's the problem, is that women are more prone to widowmakers and more prone to different symptoms. And that's really not what the research is about. And it's not what anybody knows. On television, you never see somebody being like, gosh, I kind of feel nauseous and stomach virus. Like a woman be like, oh, I just like, and the husband going, or the partner, whoever, friend going, maybe you have a heart attack. And the person going, how could a heart attack? It's not a symptom of a heart attack. Well,
Right.
yes, it
It
is.
is. It is definitely. Yep. Yep.
So I'm glad we talked about that. And I hope everyone comes like to hear all the speakers.
Yeah, because
You
each
know,
of us will have a different focus and be able to answer different things. I personally will spend a lot of time talking about the skincare in regards to your health, just in general, and understanding. But also, I think it's important when people are looking at, if they are not vegan, or even if they are, to look at some of the misconceptions of what being a vegan is and how to do it in a healthful way.
right. We talked about that before we went live. Is if you, a lot of people, especially young people, they go vegan, they're like French fries,
Right.
ketchup, grilled cheese with vegan cheese, and you're like fried foods, and because they don't cook. And,
Yep.
and guess what? It's just as bad.
Yeah. Oh, it's probably even worse.
Yep.
So yeah, I think it's really important to look at it from the health standpoint, and really be able to do it properly and do it for the right reasons is important. But if you're not going to do it in a healthful way, then it may be more damaging to you than not.
And it's interesting because, we're talking about veganism, not whole food plant-based, right?
Yeah.
So in talking about veganism, someone could be eating that crappy diet, but it's still within their ethics because they're
Oh,
saving the animals and they're saving
right.
the planet, but you're not eating animals. However, we need people who are vegan around for as long as possible to make a difference in this world, to help people, to facilitate change. You're not a martyr. Don't martyr yourself for this cause, because the only way to help people learn and understand is to be healthy yourself, to show people, hey, this is what it does. Like, look at my skin, look at how, like, my age, for like, look at what I can do for my age.
Mm-hmm.
That's, and look at how important it is to save the planet. So eat whole foods the best that you can. Cheat on Vegfest Day, because it's not a whole foods plant-based day. There's very little of that at a Vegfest, because the whole point of the Vegfest is to convert people to veganism, and then one of the best ways to convert people to veganism is to feed them.
Mhm.
Show them that the things that they typically eat can be made vegan, which is like the shirt I have on today, which I should have worn earlier. Is anything you can eat, I can eat vegan. So
Nice.
the Passion Company, because I was with him earlier in the week, and I missed the opportunity to wear a shirt
Oh,
with him, which he was actually wearing, which would have been cute. But yeah, so it's super important because I meet a lot of people who are whole food plant based, but they don't care about the planet or the animals.
right.
And there's more to this than just what you eat.
Yeah.
And that's where if someone who could be eating potato chips will be like, but I'm saving the animals, but not if you're not gonna live as long. Or
Right.
you're gonna look like crap because you're eating all this oily food and your body is just like suffering inside.
Yeah, and I want people to understand too that anytime you make a change, it doesn't have to be black and white overnight,
Correct.
right? So to remember that even if you practiced veganism a couple times a week to start, right?
Yep.
Even that is a step in the right direction.
Right. Change your animal based burger to a Beyond Burger or an
Well,
Impossible Burger. I don't care. A black bean burger. I don't really care. Just make it a vegan burger and put. I mean, not that dairy. I'd rather you actually probably eat your meat burger and put a vegan cheese on it than the opposite, that putting a dairy cheese on a plant-based burger, because
yeah.
dairy is insidious. It's why the first thing that you should change about your diet is removing dairy from it, as opposed to removing like eating animals.
Mhm.
So because it's so bad for you in so many ways: the gut, your skin, your everything.
Uh,
So
Dairy has a when people have postnasal drip or a lot of mucus going on in their
all of
body,
that. Yep.
it very often it's like, okay, let's cut out dairy for a week or two and see what happens, right? And
Yep.
and I think that's the other thing. Be curious. It's about being curious and trying things. It's and that allows you to make those changes. And I think that's one of the things I learned by being a functional wellness coach was never forcing people to do everything all at once. It's all do it little by little and make those changes, and you'll see how you feel. You start to feel better. You start to do that thing more often, and everybody, including the planet, is healthier for it.
Right. It's meeting people where they are, which is
Yeah.
something Gene Bauer like preaches,
Yeah.
is to meet people where they are, and don't force people, don't ridicule people. The thing I hate seeing on social media so much is like someone being like, well, I'm trying, I've changed over to like, eating vegan at night, or eating vegan every day, or just doing meatless Mondays, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody, or I went vegetarian, I'm on my way, and vegans will come in and just blast the person
Oh.
that it's not enough. It's not enough. Well, you know what? When you blast people, it makes them not want to be part of what you're doing.
I mean, and when a kid learns to walk, they don't do it all in one day. And nobody yells at them and tells them they're stupid because they're not walking a mile the first day, right?
Right.
It's the same thing. Give people a break. And like you say, we always tell people, meet people where they're at. And judgment, take the judgment and put it away, because you don't like being judged either. So,
Correct. We all don't live in glass houses.
yeah.
Support and love and care, and you'd be amazed. You're basically cultivating a seed and watching it sprout in front of you. And you don't grow plants by overwatering them, or like, not taking care of them. You coddle.
Yeah.
Basically is what you do to a plant to get it to grow and provide you fruit and provide you food. And basically when you coddle that seed in a person, you're helping them to put better foods and better and more life into their world, because food is medicine. It
Absolutely.
really is.
Yeah.
So just think of that every time go for whatever you're going for to put into your body. And like I said, I'm going to talk in my newsletter next week about moderation. As this week I talked about how miraculous our bodies are and how they heal. So next week I'm going to talk about moderation, because I think it's super important. A lot of people are like, I'm just going to cut that out. And I'm like, no, don't cut that out, because guess what happens when you cut things out? You
Oh,
want it more. You're
I'm
like, I want
deprived. I'm not getting what I want. So yeah,
to,
absolutely.
and when I say cut out, I mean, obviously as vegans, we're not eating animals, but I'm talking about someone who says, I'm not going to eat chocolate anymore. I'm done with chocolate. And you're like, I'm like, that's crazy. Like
Yeah.
if you're like love chocolate, if you love chocolate and you're like just like I'm just not gonna eat it because it's just making me whatever. Well, how about you just eat like a square of chocolate a day, like a,
Mhm.
a square of it one every day, and satisfy that craving, or make something that's got cacao in it,
Mhm.
that can satisfy that. I'm following Broccoli Mom
Oh yeah.
on
Mhm.
YouTube now and
Yeah.
Instagram, and I've fallen in love with her. I really have. I don't really follow YouTube people, but I have fallen in love with like all her recipes. Grab a
Nice.
sweet potato and grab some cacao, maple syrup, vanilla, mix it up, throw a ripe banana in there, eat.
Yeah,
That's it. I
I'm
think
down
vegans.
for it.
Yeah, I know. There's so many things. This is a great conversation. Like I told you, we can go on for
Yes,
days.
unfortunately we
It's also important for people to hear. It's been a while since I've talked about this live. The Stu talks about this often, but it really bugs me that vegans are so mean to other people. I'm not a fan, and it's not like it's the first time I've vocalized this, but I just don't believe that's the way to facilitate change and to
Mhm.
get people on your side. Except that every single movement has the same problem. So it's
Sure.
not just the vegan movement that has the problem of infighting and factions. Every movement has fighting and infections,
Oh
and you
yeah.
can see
Well,
it
people get adamant about what they believe and they forget that, you know, the forceful way is not going to make, if somebody does that to me, even if I was going to do whatever it was, I'm not now. Because if somebody treat me that way, and I'm not going to do something that's going to make you happy anymore.
Exactly. So we actually have a comment from Instagram that says the vast majority of vegans required baby steps in order to succeed in their
Sure.
goal, from Alvarez Toy. So thank you for sharing that. I'm going to see if I can put it here too. So everyone on Facebook can see that and YouTube can see that as well. That's a great comment. Yes, not most people. There are the few that watched Dominion and went cold turkey.
Yeah.
They went, that's it, and threw everything out of their house the same night and went, I'm never eating an animal again, because if you can get through Dominion, you you should get an award. It's super difficult. If you get through the first 5 minutes, that's impressive.
Yeah.
So yeah, but very few. Everybody needed. I mean, I was vegetarian for a very long time, from 19 until I don't know, 19, I should do 1989 until 2011.
Yeah. Baby steps.
So, yeah. And
And
in
that's
that
a nice way to
vegetarianism,
do it too, being vegetarian and then just moving to vegan. That's a nice, I think it's a really nice transition.
yeah, also Alvarez says let's see, abolitionist vegans have turned the movement into fascism, which,
Oh,
a
yeah.
whole, it's a, put that here as well, because those are great comments. Thank you
Yeah. Thank you.
for sharing that. I love when we get comments because it could change the whole direction of the show. Yeah, it's oops. Okay, there we go. Got them done. So thank you for that, Alvarez. I really appreciate it. All right. All right. Well, I guess, how can people follow you? How can people
Oh,
buy? How can people do all that?
you can, you can follow me by going to Facebook, and Judy Hahn will get you 4,000 people. So you want Judy Breyer Hahn, Brier Hahn, and you can direct message me, or my contact information is there. That's probably the best way. And then there's a skincare quiz that you can take, and we can talk. I can, stop by the booth. That's the best
Exactly.
bet. Unless it's the time of the panel, I am going to be there. I'll
Do you have
answer all your questions, and
right?
we'll get some of this product on your face, and you will feel the difference.
Do you have a website?
I don't specifically. I use Riemann.com, and then I use my own enrollment information.
Mm-hmm.
So, and since at the booth there's going to be a team of people from different teams,
Okay.
I probably, just if you want to get a hold of me, do it through Facebook, and then I can give you the skincare quiz or whatever it is that you'd like to try or get more information. That's probably right now the best bet. You can also get a hold of me. I think I'm the same thing, Judy Breyer Hahn on Instagram.
Is it BR?
No, you did
Yep.
it right.
Okay.
Brier. You did great. I saw that and I was like pretty impressed.
Okay, very good. Judy Breyer Hahn on Instagram. Let me do that. Even better.
And yeah, feel
Excellent.
free to reach out if you have questions or you want to try it. It's a great return policy. If I don't think anybody who's tried it that's bought it from me has actually returned it, to tell you the truth. But I do believe it's a 30-day return policy, which I think, that's plenty of time. You know what? For skin, it's usual if you're going to put it on your skin and it's going to create any kind of a problem, you're going to know that pretty quick anyway.
Yeah,
So
that's very
I
true.
wouldn't worry about it. The EX line, which is even for people who have more wrinkles and more issues like I had, I always recommend that they start with the EX line, use that for 2-3 weeks, and then start to use the more advanced skincare, because we want to make sure everything in health and wellness, I found, whether it's supplements, skincare, whatever it is, it's always low and slow. You always
Mm-hmm.
want to do it. It's just like starting vegetarian and working your way to vegan. So start with the basic line, make sure that everything is good with your skin. And then if you feel the need, you can move to the advanced line as well.
Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you, Judy. You said something in emails back and forth. You said that you felt like we've become fast friends,
Yes, ma'am.
and you read that 100% correct.
Well, super. And I look forward to meeting you in person in a week.
I know, I know. At this point, less than a week. All right.
Yeah.
Well, let me close this out, and I'll see you in a sec.
So thank you. And I'll
No
see you
problem.
next week.
All right. Thanks, Judy. Well, thank you for joining us for our Vegfest Expos extended version of our 5 lives. So you can get to know Judy, get to know her business, get to know the fact that she's an educator, and also you get to know some really important stuff about veganism and our feelings on it. And it's really good advice. Baby steps and take care of yourself. And it's more than whole food plant-based. Vegan is more than that. And we need to care about the planet, the animals, and your health. And keep that in mind with whatever you do. Support, follow, like, subscribe, notification bell, whatever you have to do for us, our sponsors, our vendors, everybody. And see you in Atlanta next week on August 25th. 1 week from today. You can even show up now, 1:42 p.m. We're there until 5. Come at 10 for the meditation class. It opens 10:30 for our VIP, 11 a.m. for everyone, general admission. And of course, enjoy the day, enjoy us, and follow, and have a great rest of your Sunday. I'll see you soon. Bye.